The centre's plans to revive Hindustan Machine Tools has enthused watch lovers across the country. The government shut down HMT watches and a few other units of the ailing public sector company in 2016. Now, Union Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy thinks there is merit in reviving HMT. HDK has reportedly directed senior executives of HMT to prepare proposals to revive the company and make it Atmanirbhar. A revival of India's pioneering watch brand sounds exciting, but how feasible is it? For those who come in late, HMT was India's first wristwatch brand. The company's first watchmaking unit was set up in 1960 in Banglore in collaboration with Japanese watchmaker Citizen. Its first batch of handwound watches was launched by Jawaharlal Nehru. HMT's various series echoed India's socialist-era ambition. Among its biggest hits was the handwound Janta, which was often worn by Indira Gandhi. Equally sought after in those protectionist times were Kanchan, Pilot, Jawan and Kohinoor.
I think HMT, the biggest point which gets to collectors is that it takes them back in time and brings back very fond memories. HMT used to manufacture those watches for almost everyone in the country. One of the things which I have seen some collectors do is they try to collect all the names, all the different sub-brands they had within HMT. And another which is very interesting is that people who have names which were used as the sub-brands of HMT, they would go ahead and acquire the ones which have their same name.
Early HMT watches were made of imported components from Japan, but by the 1970s, the company had achieved a localization of 84%. It had factories in Tumkur, Srinagar and Ranikhet and was reportedly producing about 7 million watches annually. But its life began in the mid-1980s with the arrival of Titan and its quartz watches.
With the battery-powered quartz crystals, quartz watches ushered in a new era of accuracy, reliability and affordability. HMT, which considered quartz a fad, never quite invested in the technology until it was too late.
The company was also wrong-footed by India's economic liberalization and the influx of slicker foreign brands. In 1994, HMT's losses totaled 90 crore, while Titan made a profit of about ₹20 crore. By the end of the first decade of the 2000s, with losses mounting, it was all but over for the once iconic watchmaker that sold over 100 million watches in 5 decades. Reviving struggling or defunct watch brands is not easy. Titan's misadventure with Favor Luba is a case in point. But it has been done before. In the 1980s, Swiss watch industry legend Jean-Claude Biver resurrected Blancpain to its former glory. H. Moser and Company, revived in the mid-2000s, is another shining success story. Recent years have also seen the likes of Nevada, Japek and Vertex come back from the dead. But such efforts require massive investments from private investors and a disruptive mindset that uses digital networks and globalized production chains. While collectors such as Kaustav Basu would love to see HMT return as a high-end brand, those in the watch business are more circumspect about the idea.
In the case of HMT, it's got a fantastic legacy, but I think the key is to figure out how do you position yourself in the market today. I think it depends on which market you want to play at. I mean, if you go at a premium price point and compete with some of the Swiss luxury watch brands, then you will become a small niche. But on the other hand, if you want to be making thousands, if not millions of watches in a year, like HMT used to before, then it's going to be not a niche, but a more mass, mass targeting and a mass appeal, which is difficult to do because the market is flooded with many brands in the mass category today, and you have heavy competition from people in that sector going after smartwatches too.